Okay, so unwrap the heat wrap off the exhaust, which is all down there, which is horrible itchy fiberglass stuff. So yeah, the pipe's not too bad underneath, bit of rust there, but I've had a bit of a go at it, as you can see there with the good old trusty Scotch-Brite wheel. So we'll clean that up, but what I'm going to do is basically cut this off about here, twist it round, then get it sort of tacked in position and get it obviously running out like a Grasstrack bike exhaust should. Need to re-weld this back on to there so it fits the correct bore size in the silencer as well. Then we'll need to make up a bracket as well to obviously hold the silencer secure as well. So we're going to hack this to bits, probably take these off as well, we don't need those there, so we'll hit it with a grinder and hopefully make an exhaust up. So we've just taken off those heat guard bolts, as you can see, ground those off and given a bit of a whiz on the wheel, chop the end of the pipe off, and then we've got that just mocked up down there. So we'll keep chopping until we get something poking out the back, then we'll go and pay good old Dad a visit and get him to stick it all together. So just mocking it up here really, so making a few marks on the pipe and sort of trying to get it to come out in the right position. But I think if we do a cut there, we should be about right, I'd say. So I've just bolted the manifold bit up here and marked it where it needs to be, but you can see where the pipes have been slightly bent, they're a bit of a different shape, so we're going to stick them in the vise, give them a bit of a smash with a hammer and get them about right, because that's obviously a fair old gap to fill with weld, etc. And obviously want to make sure that we get good exhaust flow out. So we're just going to give it a bit of a tweak now and then get it welded up. The postman's been. So we've got some goodies here. That's the chain, that's the air filter, and I've forgotten all the other bits I've ordered, so we'll do some unboxing like YouTubers do. We have an air filter and I'm going to go and put it on. Air filters on. Bosh. So we've got the 16th tooth front sprocket, the chain, the oil bypass, because I had an oil cooler on my Supermoto bike, so I've got to fit that up, but that looks too wide compared to my engine, so might have to modify that slightly. And then the rear sprocket should be here tomorrow. And I think we're nearly ready for the first start then, which will be exciting. So watch this space. So that's the sprocket on. Gave the bolts a clean up, and always worth putting a little double thread lock on there just to stop them coming loose. Last thing you want is this flying out and losing the chain when you're racing. So yeah, that's that done anyway. And don't forget to degrease the bolts with a bit of brake cleaner before you put your thread lock on, because these sprockets normally come all covered in oil, so don't rust in transportation. Another top tip. So we've hit a slight snag. This blue anodised doofer has got different hole spacing for the oil ways, so you can sort of see where the original ones kind of went, and this one's different for some reason. Don't know why, but it came on the engine. But anyway, this won't fit, as you can see. It's too big, but when you compare it to the hole sizes on the engine, it's fine. So I will probably need to find a standard one of these off a YX140 so we can use this oil cooler bypass pipe and get that bolted on there with the banjo bolts. So to eBay I go once again, or Pit Bike Spares, my favourite shop. So either or, we'll try and get this little bit fixed. So that's that all sorted and done. Used a bit of PTFE tape on the threads of the banjo bolts, probably not needed because you've got obviously the aluminium washers there to seal it all up, but it doesn't hurt, and I couldn't use my bolts in the end, so we had to use these little Allen key ones to fit inside the casting. But that's all good. So the engine will hold oil now, which is cool. So what we're going to do next, probably cables, I reckon. So we'll do the clutch cable and throttle cable, and so that'll be sorted shortly. So I just thought I'd fit my clutch cable, which I thought would be a 5-minute job, but as ever they aren't. So the end of the cable here for the adjuster that came on the bike, that is too small and doesn't fit on there, so I need to get one off another bike. So I have got this adjuster here, but then this adjuster doesn't fit in there, so I'm just drilling that out to 6.9mm. Then I'm going to run an M8 tap through it, which is that thread size, pop that in there, and then we'll be good to go. So we'll just wind this M8 tap in, so you do it This is only alloy, so it's very easy to do, but yeah, just turn forward, wind it back a bit, clear it out, and so on and so forth till you've got your thread sorted. So we'll just crack on and do this, and then get the clutch cable adjusted and on the bike. Right, that's the throttle cable all sorted. So routed it just under the tank, through that tank bracket and down there. So yeah, it's all free when you obviously move the bars left to right. And a rather nice action as well. So got a bit of a problem with the clutch cable. It's the actual thread's a bit long and not actuating the clutch. As you can see, we've got about that much free play to lose, and it's already adjusted up. So I don't know what I'm going to do there, but I'll get my thinking cap on and see if we can fix that bit. Never straightforward, is it, tinkering with bikes?